Airlines collected $7.5 billion in bag fees last year. Not from tickets, not from food, from moving your suitcase from one conveyor belt to another, a task that costs them, fully loaded, about 70 cents. That gap between 70 cents and $45 is not an accident. It is the most carefully engineered price in modern aviation. And almost nobody knows how it works. To understand it, you have to go back to 2008. Fuel prices spiked. Airlines were bleeding cash. American Airlines was the first to blink. They announced a $25 fee for a first checked bag. The press called it desperate. Analysts called it a public relations disaster. Passengers were furious. And within 18 months, every major carrier had copied it. Because the numbers were extraordinary. Here's the part the airlines never advertised. When you move a fee off the ticket price and into a separate charge, it disappears from comparison sites. Google Flights, Kayak, Expedia, they all sort by base fare. So an airline can quietly raise the bag fee from $25 to $45, and your search results never change. The ticket still looks cheap. The money just shows up later, at the check-in counter, when you are already committed. The industry has a name for this: ancillary revenue, which is a polished way of saying money extracted after you are already in the funnel. Bag fees, seat selection fees, change fees, priority boarding. None of it shows up in the advertised price. United Airlines alone pulled in over $1 billion from baggage fees in a single year. Delta, similar. American, similar. Combined, the three largest U.S. carriers collect more from fees than some mid-sized countries collect in tax revenue. Now, what does it actually cost to handle a bag? The airlines do not publish this number, for obvious reasons. But aviation economists have reconstructed it from labor contracts, fuel burn data, and ground operations reports. The ground crew handling time runs about 30 cents per bag. The fuel penalty for the added weight on a typical domestic flight is around 25 cents. Wear on the belt systems, about 10 cents. Total, roughly 65 to 70 cents. That is the real cost. The rest is margin. And here's the catch. It is margin that gets taxed differently. The federal government levies a 7.5% excise tax on airfare. That tax applies to the base ticket price. It does not apply to ancillary fees. So every dollar an airline shifts from the ticket into a bag fee saves them 7.5 cents in taxes owed. Across $7.5 billion in bag revenue, that is over $500 million in tax avoidance. Fully legal, structured into the pricing model from day one. Follow the money one layer deeper, and it gets more precise. Airlines have a term called yield management, the science of charging different people different amounts for the same seat. Bag fees plug directly into that system. A basic economy ticket is priced low specifically to attract price-sensitive travelers who search by cheapest fare. Those travelers almost always check a bag. The airline already knows this. The bag fee is the margin they stripped out of the ticket price. They are collecting it from you in a second transaction, after you are locked in. Premium economy, business, and first-class passengers get free checked bags. That sounds like a perk. It is actually the math working in reverse. Those tickets carry enough margin that the airline does not need a second transaction. The fee was never for the service. It was always for the segment of travelers who were sold a cheap ticket first. Basic economy is not a discount. It is a trap with a delayed price tag. The credit card play is where this system becomes genuinely elegant. From a corporate design perspective, every major airline has a co-branded credit card that waives the bag fee as its primary benefit. The annual card fee runs roughly $95 to $100. On a family of 4 taking 2 round trips a year, you would pay $360 in bag fees. The card costs $100. You come out ahead. Except the airline collects that $100 as card revenue and still gets paid by the bank for every swipe you make all year. The fee created the problem. The card solved it. The airline profits from both ends. There is also a compression effect nobody talks about. When Spirit or Frontier charge for carry-ons in addition to checked bags, that is not a radical new model. It is the old model taken to its logical end. The legacy carriers have resisted carry-on fees publicly because the backlash would be severe. But they have quietly reduced overhead bin space on newer aircraft configurations, which pushes more bags to check in, which generates more fee revenue. The engineering of the plane itself became part of the revenue strategy. So here is what you can actually do with this information. First, always search with bags included. Google Flights now has a filter for this. Use it. On many routes, a carrier with a $40 higher base fare is cheaper once the bag fee is priced in. Second, if you fly the same airline twice a year with 2 checked bags, the co-branded card math usually works. Run the numbers before you dismiss it. Third, personal item only. Airlines cannot charge for a bag that fits under the seat. A 40-liter backpack eliminates the fee entirely on most domestic trips. $7.5 billion. 70 cents to move the bag. The remaining $44.30 is a system. Tax optimization, yield segmentation, credit card arbitrage, and bin space engineering, assembled over 15 years while passengers argued about legroom. They were looking at the wrong line item. The bag fee was never about the bag. It was about finding a charge you would pay twice, once to buy the ticket and once to actually use it. Now you know where the other $44.30 goes.